We are here in the Bahamas.
We are going to make it right.
If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know?
The commander is here.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Don't eat. Something got pop your butt.
Yeah. Oh, I can.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is AJ. Ben is walking up here right now, but I'm just standing in so someone's here when it happens. And here is Ben. Thank you for saving me.
God, AJ looking, he had actually broke my legs in the back. So he could come on for 1 second and do the show. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto. Of course, we're home of the BitSquad, largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Guys, Bitcoin is nuking right now. Why is it nuking? Well, we're going to take a look at that. I guess the BlackRock ETF already got denied. Is that true?
Well, denied is not the right phrase.
It got delayed.
They're saying that there's wording in it.
They want fixed.
Yeah, they want the wording fixed pretty much.
Well, that's interesting because we've never seen. See, this is actually extremely bullish. This is where a lot of you guys are very naive on all this because you just got into the space in the last few years. You didn't deal with this in 2018 over and over and over and over again. And the fact is that there are several dates when these ETFs get put in. I want to say it's like 45 days, I think, is every 45 days they have to make some kind of ruling. And the ruling will either be to approve or deny the ETF or will be to extend it further. So we've seen this many times to where we get these things submitted and every 45 days people are waiting for the news, and then the news always goes the opposite way. So the interesting thing here is they're telling BlackRock at the very beginning, it has not been 45 days. They're telling them at the very beginning, hey, you need to fix a little bit of this language. Mm-hmm. To me, I think that's actually extremely bullish. I would say. I would say that's extremely bullish.
Going even crazier. So this is something for anyone who's out there in the conspiracy thoughts on this. We know ARK Invest was first in line, but there kind of was that feeling that, like, how in the world is ARK going to get in before BlackRock? Yeah. SEC's got to come up with some reason as to why they should do BlackRock first. But then ARK and Fidelity they
Yeah.
reworded their stuff to mimic BlackRock. And so
Mhm.
now that made it even harder on Gary. So this is the easiest route. Hey, let's clean slate. Let everyone change your language.
Yeah.
Let's all start off even. And then that would be the excuse for why we can approve BlackRock before ARK.
Yeah. So ARK is an interesting one. Because ARK is in the club, but it's not in the NN club. Like ARK is not Fidelity.
Mm-mm.
ARK is not Goldman Sachs. ARK is not JP Morgan. ARK is not BlackRock. ARK is a company that I don't look at as evil as these other ones. And I think that there's some good stuff that they do in the space. Obviously, we know from some moves that Cathie Wood has made, or just the ETF in general, or excuse me, the fund in general, we do know that there is some inside information being passed back and forth somewhere, right? Because like I want to say, wasn't it? Didn't they buy Coinbase right before it shot up, or either maybe they bought it right after they?
Well,
She was saying, I can't remember exactly what
Yeah.
it was, but something happened, and you're
Yes.
like, okay, obviously they knew about whatever this thing was that occurred.
there was one purchase she made, talking about Cathie Wood,
Yeah.
that was bad, but then she sold the day before like a 20% drop on the day for Coinbase and then bought the dip again. So she knew something.
There you
before
go.
everybody
Yeah,
else.
I thought it had something to do with the Coinbase stock. So somebody's passing information back and forth there, but I mean, there's a lot bigger information being passed that I think they're probably not part of. So, all right. So there we go. Let's see. What in the world? What a weird comment that was. We nuked for 90 seconds. The guy says 90 seconds is longer than he nukes for. Okay. Interesting comment there. Let's see. Who is this? Who is this person? I don't know her.
I don't know her either.
Where does she come from?
The thing is, Ben, we're growing so large, we don't know all the employees.
Okay, there's Kelly.
Yeah, there's Kelly.
Okay. There's Adam. That's got to be
definitely
Adam.
yeah.
Got to be Adam. Here's Hannah.
Hannah.
Everybody loves Hannah. Hannah. And here is the 4th of July collection from BitBoy Crypto. Here, hit merch. Celebrate the 4th of July and your independence. I will be wearing a red, white, and blue Bitcoin shirt for 4th of July. I will be here live streaming. So there we go. Is that dandruff all over my shirt? Is that today? No. Sometimes I have dandruff on
Well,
my
I
shirt.
don't.
Because I have white dandruff too. You got to remember.
It
that.
honestly might not be dangerous because they just put windows in your office, and so that room is crazy dusty.
Absolutely. Crazy dusty in there.
Yeah.
So there we go. Okay, let's move on. Let's look at the markets here. Moving on. We've got 26,000 cryptos. They told you it was going to zero. 26,000 now. 640 exchanges. $1.17 trillion in market cap, down 0.4%. Bitcoin volume up 52.43%. Wow. Volume up very high over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin dominant sitting right at 50%. ETH dominant sitting right at 19%. Fear and greed index. Oh, a newly added analytic here. We have fear and greed, 59 out of 100. Okay. We got Bitcoin coming in, $30,000 even, pretty much, down 1.6%. Market cap, $583 billion. And you guys can see the chart over here. You see the absolute nuke. We're going to take a look at why that occurred here in a little bit. All right. And we're doing charts with Chris today. Is that correct?
Yeah, Chris Inks.
Who?
Chris Inks. So he's a guy. Great.
Do I not know
technical
Chris?
analyst. Yeah. Do you know who Chris Inks is?
I don't know who Chris.
You're gonna meet him. Great guy. He's been trading for like 30 something years.
He's coming on the show today.
One of his stories he told me. Hopefully he tells this
Wow.
again. But he traded and profitably during one of his finals in college, and passed it. He passed the test and made like a couple $1,000 in a trade.
Yeah. Why has BitBoy's channel not gone past 1.45 million subs? Well, very interesting. We gain about 20,000 subscribers a month. We lose about 20,000 subscribers per month. That's the effect of the market. We've been stuck here forever. We've been stuck here for like 18 months. We've gone up a little bit, then we'll go down a little bit, then we'll go up a little bit. A Tozy lawsuit happened. We lost like 20 or 30,000 subscribers. I went to the Bahamas. We gained back 20 or 30,000 subscribers. So, it's just one of these things. I tell you what, you should be asking yourself, in a world where virtually no crypto YouTubers are gaining subscribers that are above 100,000, here's a quick test for you. I don't know. Just go see. Maybe there's some that are, which would be really insane considering nobody else is. Maybe people could read between the lines there. Guys, there's not new people coming to crypto. We had the peak of users in crypto at the top of the market. Goes down after that. That's how it goes. It's hard to keep the attention in crypto when the prices aren't up, but we've done a good job. We got a really solid community here. And, it is what it is. So we will see what happens in the bull run. We think we'll probably go 5 million subscribers in the bull run, probably. We'll see what happens. But that's the goal. So there we go. All right. Moving on here, look at the biggest losers of the day. Well, biggest gainers. We got some big gainers. Bitcoin Cash continuing to move. Maker, Litecoin up as well. Biggest loser of the day, Conflux. There we go. I mean, that is my newsletter pick of the month. Pretty much. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to bounce back very solidly when it comes back here pretty soon. So there we go. Okay. Let's see. What else is going on with the markets here? Wow, I flew through the markets really fast. How is it only 11:36 right now? Let's look at the weekly numbers. We can look at some of that. Weekly numbers. We've got Conflux is the biggest loser. That's definitely a good reason to get in it. Thought about maybe making a portfolio video today. Should we do one today?
I mean, people have been asking, and I've been responding.
Again, though.
We
should
told
have
them,
done it when it was up.
Yeah, like I guess, and this is a good time to even remind them. Like, so this is the only new thing with portfolio videos, everybody.
Yeah.
If there's big moves that are worth content, we're gonna shoot them.
Yeah, for sure.
But if not, I mean, I think there's like 1 or 2 videos where it's like, hey, we didn't really do anything different. So
yeah,
no point in a video.
Exactly. I mean, and that's how it is. Like when you go through these massive downswings, there's not a lot of positive stuff to be going on. I mean, there's not a lot of positive movement. You don't want to be moving things when things are down. Like that's what you have to keep in mind. So we may check it out. I'll go see what the portfolio looks like, make a decision on that. Let's check out the dominance here. Is a big thing everybody's talking about. Benjamin Cowan's been talking about it for a while. He loves the dominance. I agree with the moves he's saying. I just don't agree with the numbers. But you kind of look. I mean, it may be starting to break out. I mean, actually, now that you're looking at it here, Bitcoin dominance at 50.14%. We haven't seen it this high since back on the downswing of the bull run. You kind of look here, it looks like maybe it is breaking out a bit, because if you look where it is line-wise, well, if we were to do my favorite trick here and do this here, there we go, and we will pull this up here. Okay, so if you were to take a line here, is that where I wanted to do? No, that is not what I want to do. Let me do that again, actually. Hold on one second. Try it one more time here, boys. One more time. One more time. Double click that. There we go. That's how we do it. It's very important to show you guys, because this here is this is the most interesting thing I've seen on the Bitcoin dominance in recent times here. Okay, so let's get a straight line. Get a straight line. Okay. Do from here. How do I draw a line here? Will it snap if I just slide it?
No idea.
Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I think if I just draw a line, maybe it will. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. Got it. Okay, here we go. Okay. So we draw a line from this top right here over. Why is it not working now? Try it again. Guys, this is worse than watching me learn how to use TradingView. See, why does it work there, but it won't work there? Okay, let's just try it from here. Just see how close we can get. How close can we get? Guys, this is impossible. I quit today.
What are you trying to get
I'm giving up
at?
the show. Guys, I'm literally giving up the show today. We are saying no more show ever again if I cannot draw this freaking line. Why can I not draw the line? Nobody knows. When I draw it from the middle of the page, it works.
Are you drawing a trend line?
I'm trying to.
That's why you use TradingView, though. What? Just
well, yeah.
If you go to TradingView,
but I can't show the same thing I want to show.
Well, if you go to BTC. Oh yeah, I guess it's.
See, but this is a simple chart. This is very simple for people. It's very easy. It's very simple. I've done it before. I know I've drawn lines on here before, and we're gonna retire today, guys. It's in a good. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all so much.
Oh my gosh.
The point I'm trying to draw on here is that this right here is a line of kind of like, if it goes above, we start getting into this territory. If it goes below, we would be going, to kind of break down. But the important thing I'm trying to say is there's not really a line of support anywhere on this plane here. And so right now it's kind of in between. Wherever it is right now, it's either going to go much higher or much lower. It's not going to hang out in this area.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Guys,
Listen, Ben, it's not too late for you to get in on this stake bet with me and DZ.
Okay,
I can convince DZ to make both of us stakes when it goes over 60% dominance before a new all-time high.
Oh, no, it's not going above 60%.
Well, we just talked about it. We just talked about it's either going to go really up or really down.
Yeah, really up is like 55%. It's not 60%. It's not going 60%. That's crazy in this market. Like I
shall see.
Think about all the coins in crypto, all the meme coins, all the Doge coins, all the Shibas.
Yep.
You got all the other things people are excited about, your Ethereums, your Cardanos, your XRPs, and we're saying Bitcoin's going to take up more than half of it. I don't see it.
Well,
I think the only reason why it probably is actually 50% on here is because they exclude certain coins from the chart. We're not going to see the majority of this market, a vast majority of this market, be Bitcoin again. There's too many choices. It's crazy to look back 4 years ago and say, and look at the numbers. Like we had like 15,000 cryptos 4 years ago. You go 4 years before that and you say, okay, we had like 9 cryptos besides that. So it's like looking at the Bitcoin dominance numbers in a world that is becoming more and more and more altcoin every single day. You can't take the same numbers and match them up. If you believe that's true, then really what you're saying is you only believe in Bitcoin. You only believe in Bitcoin and nothing else is going to matter. Then why are we doing the show? Then why don't we just rebrand to a Bitcoin channel? And I think that over time, the more people that get exposed to altcoins, guys, here's a fundamental difference between now and 4 years ago. 4 years ago, even before the DeFi summer, those of us that were in crypto heavily, you still had to move into Bitcoin or into Ethereum and then move that stuff into other assets on DeFi exchanges. You don't have to do that anymore. You can actually go direct to most of the altcoins that you want to get in. That is why we're not going to see the Bitcoin dominance number ever be the same again. If you go back to 2017, before Litecoin and Ethereum were added to Coinbase and it was just Bitcoin, you literally had to have Bitcoin to get anything else. You don't have to do that anymore. There's a new generation of people that are coming through BSC, and they don't even know what's on an Ethereum. The more and more inroads we have for people to get directly into altcoins, it just negates the need for Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance wasn't like, back in 2019 where everybody's like, all right, super awesome, let's go jump in Bitcoin. We love Bitcoin. It was because altcoins hadn't proven anything yet. They had not proven they could stick around for 2 cycles, even at this point. Many of them are proving that they can. And that's why we're not going to see the Bitcoin dominance numbers the same. It's not a race of what is better, altcoins or Bitcoin. That's not what it is. It's about the confidence in each one. This is why we continue to see all the altcoins move in tandem with wherever Bitcoin goes, because people don't have the confidence in altcoins. People are now starting to get that confidence in Ethereum. They're starting to get that confidence in Polygon. BNB, yeah, still a little shaky stuff. Cardano, still got a ways to go. XRP, wait until that confidence is there after this trial is over. How can you look and think Bitcoin dominance and go up after that? That will be, I will tell you this. Alfredo Flores says, the last of my dry power at 24K. What do I do? Depends on what's in your portfolio, sir. Depends on what's in your portfolio. I think you gotta have some layer 2s in there for sure. You need to have one long shot in there. You need to have all your top coins, all your top layer 1s. Have it in there. If you don't have those things, then I would go and try to figure that out.
Yeah.
But the thing is when you look at the confidence in all of this, and you say that is what this hinges on, guys. The DOA date, the death on arrival date of Bitcoin dominance, is the day this XRP case ends. That's the DOA date, because once XRP is not considered to be a security and is tradable on the secondary market, free from any thoughts of concern, or I could get in trouble, or I could do this, or the SEC is going to take my investment. Once that's over, that is going to be a dam breaking in the world of altcoins. It's like we just forget, like, all these places are building right now. We forget what this looks like on the top side. And I think right now, a lot of people are remembering, and a lot of people are thinking about that. And I think a lot of people are dying for some alt positions. Now, it goes the other way. Ripple loses the case, which is a very small chance, but it is possible. They lose the case, then we have your scenario where we might see Bitcoin dominance go to 60 or 70%. But
yeah, I mean, I don't feel like while we're disagreeing on the numbers, I agree with everything you're saying there with my case to 60%, because I believe it dominance will climb a little bit more while things are moving to the upside. But what we do know is when everything comes and kind of dips back down, Bitcoin dominance climbs. And in 2019, after that peak at 13,800, whatever, when everything started coming back down, Bitcoin dumped by like 50%, alts, of course, dumped. It climbed, the dominance climbed by another 9%. So I think if we get to this 53, 55 range on the upside.
But do you know what was happening there? Do you know what was happening at that time? Do you know the big thing that was going on that many people blamed that $14,000 pump on? Which this will make a lot more sense.
Go for it.
It was the OneCoin Ponzi scheme. There was also Plus Coin that was going on at that time. These were gigantic Asian Ponzi schemes that dwarfed the size of BitConnect. BitConnect, I believe, was once it was about $1.5 billion, I think. OneCoin was $6 billion, right? So you're looking at the biggest Ponzi scheme in history. So what was happening is a lot of this money was flowing out from these Ponzi scheme addresses, the ones that organized the whole thing, and they were hiding them in different investments. They were moving them back into Bitcoin. So there was a lot of trading with a large percentage of the supply at that point that was going on that was not related at all to the natural price movements. So my argument would be when you had all of these people, especially in China, that got duped by this Ponzi scheme, it's, all of these coins could be Ponzi scheme. We need to put everything back in Bitcoin. So there was more to it than just the price ran up. A lot of people think the entire price run up was the Plus coin, or Plus token and OneCoin. I get them confused. One was the crypto queen that was still on the run. They think she's dead now, maybe. But that's what happens with those. And so you can't really look back at 2014, or excuse me, 2019, I guess, or
2019.
In 2019, you can't look back at 2019 and take that as the end all be all for exactly how things are going to happen in this cycle. Yeah, that's why I suspected we would have a big run up like we did then, and we did have one that kind of started, reaching it, but not 100%. So
well, and I guess my last question here then for you, Ben, would be: could we not see something then similar with, even though we're not seeing a OneCoin Ponzi scheme, and I think while us here we realize crypto has a long way to go and the altcoins are very valuable. The way things are playing out here, even the ETF stories, of course, that's going to be a big factor today. The ETF story is going to pump Bitcoin when they get the actual Bitcoin ETF out there. And while we know the truth is that altcoins have a valuable future, there's a lot of FUD coming in. I mean, I just saw this morning, I think 2 more exchanges were getting rid of the likes of ADA and Matic and Solana from their exchanges. And so there's a lot of altcoin suppression, whereas there's a lot of institutions coming into Bitcoin. Could we not see a similar play out like you're kind of
there's not institutions coming into Bitcoin. They're already here.
Well, getting more Bitcoin, I guess, is a better way.
Getting more exposure through different vehicles, sure. But all the institutions were right here in 2019. The institutions all came in 2019. That's when all the institutions came into crypto. They've been here. That's why a lot of stuff we've been seeing has been problems from the inside out, really. But guys, this XRP story is over in the next 6 months or 6 weeks. I don't see any way it goes to August. In July, this is over. So, I mean, that's what the entire calendar has been pointing to. This entire year is July. And I think we are going to see the end of this case in the next 30 days, probably. And then that changes everything, right? Because if we're still here 3 or 4 months from now and this case is not over and we're still like, what's going on? Sure, I can see that scenario. But this case is going to be over soon. There's no way that it's not. That makes sense. Yeah, there's no way it's not. Now, certainly we were preemptive back in 2020, which by the way, it came out, or 2021, it came out, they did, Brad Garlinghouse did admit they turned down a settlement, like we've been telling everybody. We need to see if we can find him saying that somewhere. Somebody said he did that.
I'll get Nick to look it up.
Yeah. But anyways, all right, well, let's bring our guest on.
Yes.
There he is. There's the Druth. This guy's from Texas, West Capitol. I like that. I like Texas. Chris, what's going on?
Oh, there we go. Get the volume going here. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Trying to make it happen. You have came very highly recommended on our list of TA experts, and we've never met before. Hello, my name is Ben. Welcome to the show. I guess what are your overall? Well, let's do this first. Tell everybody who you are and kind of what you do.
All right. My name's Christopher Inks. I run a company called Texas West Capital, and we do market forecasting and trader education. And I just, that's my thing. I'm just one of those guys that as a teenager knew I didn't want to work for anybody, had to figure out how to do that. And so it was trading and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I just
love
couldn't, I don't know, man, that idea of working for somebody and, having to respect them because they're above you, even though they're an idiot, just never worked for me.
Yeah. Well, just don't tell the people that work for me that. Thanks. I need them. I need all of them. Okay. So in all seriousness though, yeah, so let's go into it. Like, you're a charts guy, like what are you seeing with the markets, and what should people be expecting? I mean, there's a big famous question now, like, what are we going to see first, 25K or 35K? Love to get your thoughts on that too.
Yeah. All right. You want to pull up a chart here?
Sure.
Let me see if I can, first time I've used this software here. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah. I was using some buggy software myself a minute ago, apparently, called the internet.
Let me see here. I think that's what I'm looking for right there. All right. You can see that all right?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, great. Yeah. So this is basically my idea. I was talking back in June of last year when we had that third capitulation, that was the start of accumulation. And then, of course, the bread and butter of what I do is actually price action and volume relationships through Wyckoff. And
Yes.
so that's a big understanding of accumulation and distribution and how the big players actually move in the markets. And so what you get, a lot of people look at this, they say, well, accumulation was down here at that November low. Actually, it started back here in June. This November low is what we call a terminal shakeout. And then everybody's freaking out on this pullback over the last few months. And that's what we just, terminology is a back up the edge of the creek. You see the decreasing volume, the overlapping price action. And then, of course, we kind of cleared that 7 days. We cleared that 2 months of decline. So, when you look at it this way, as far as I'm concerned, the bottom's been in. We've rallied for 7 months, over 100%. I just, pretty much any metric you look at, whether you're moving averages or market structure or anything, it all says that the bottom's in. And so, of course, Bitcoin's bottom's in, rising tide lifts all ships, and pretty much all alts for the most part should rally with it. There's always some stragglers out there that don't necessarily follow through, but I think that's what we do. And I've got this movement here. A lot of people don't like this. I've been talking about this since way down here, about February, March, this upper 40s, lower 50s kind of target to get us 5 waves up here. So that's kind of what I'm looking at the moment.
So if that's getting us 5 waves, right now we're on the second wave still? Which way are we on?
Okay,
right
so what we've got here is we've actually got, what we've got is this 1, 2, 1, 2. So this right here is wave 3 of the larger wave 3. Yeah. So this is what you should expect is some harder, faster, stronger movement through here, kind of like similar to this third wave right here, or this third wave right here, coming up through this. And that makes sense because you got a lot of open room over here until you're kind of getting up into that 40s area. Yeah. So, I mean, these are smaller interior accounts here, but looking at that 3 of 3 up here at around 43.4, and then 3 up there around 47.580. Now, real quick here, there's always a chance this could be a leading diagonal. So this could actually be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and finishing a 5 here, in which case we'll get a rejection and we'll pull back here to about 25,000 again. But until that happens, we kind of default to the idea of a 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah. And you're definitely of the opinion, I would assume, that the overall bottom for this market has been in for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I was talking about it back around that June low being the beginning of accumulation. And then we had this, I talked about this terminal checkout. This was the FTX stuff, man. This was huge. Yeah. And all we got was this small little drop here. A lot of volume coming in, a lot of catching of that volume, creates that small rate, and then just heads on out. And so looks good overall, really. Yeah,
I was very confident when in November, when we hit that dip, that was it. So, because we've been looking for November to be the bottom the entire year. And, interesting the way that the news, seems to line up with what you're already seeing from the technicals a lot of the time. So, what about anything else? Do you have any other charts that you brought to show us today?
Yeah. Let me jump over here real quick. I've got, let's see here. I've got a few here that I've kind of caught. I mean, so all these alts, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. Almost all these alts are just kind of bottomed out and really gonna, head up. And so I've got ETC USDT here, Ethereum Classic, the original Ethereum. And, again, we've got another great accumulation structure here. You can see that volume drops off real nice as we're kind of going through this. You get this kind of low down, this major area of support here, this red line, the support resistance flip right here. Prints a higher low, we're off. I mean, I think this thing, continues and breaks out, So I'm looking for impulsive breakout above this is the weekly time frame. So the weekly pivot at around $26, $27. That should easily run us into the top of the range here at 46. We break out through that. We should at least be running up here probably to about 145 or so. And then, of course, if the market's running, we should see new all-time highs with that.
Yeah. Well, super excited. Now, what about time range for you? What do you generally think about time range?
I don't tend to worry a whole lot about time because time is a really difficult thing to get correctly because anything can happen. Corrections can take longer forms. But if I'm looking at this, my general idea is that Bitcoin rallies potentially up to that 50,000 target by the end of the year. It pulls back for about 3-4 months or whatever into the halving next year. And then from that, we get the new all-time high coming out on that wave 3 there, so what is that, 2024. Yeah. And so, I think alts just kind of follow along with it more or less.
Yeah. Well, I definitely believe that, that we will see another big altcoin season this next bull run for sure. I think I think FTX cut it short last time with a lot of the shorting that they were doing. Now the question is, will somebody just replace them, be somebody else? I don't know. But I think the really interesting thing here to look at for me is going to be what happens around New Year's this year. Because if you go back to the last cycle and you look at what was going on, well, in March of 2020, we got the pandemic crash wick, right? Which was on March 12th, which took all the momentum from Bitcoin that was actually moving up positively at the time until February when people started whispering about this COVID thing, right? So the really interesting thing to me will be, will we have something similar in Q4 this year, or maybe January of next year, which could cause like a black swan, which could cause the price to drop dramatically? Because if not, are we going to see Bitcoin kind of go through this cycle the way it did before, in the cycles before, or will we get another one that's kind of like a double bottom? And I don't know. It's very interesting to watch because, we do have that CME gap sitting there at 20,300.
Yeah. But that particular CME gap is what we call a breakaway gap. And, there's like 4 types of gaps. And
this is interesting. I didn't know this.
Breakaway
Teach me
gap.
something. I've never heard this before. This is good.
Yeah. So you've got 4 different types of gaps. You got your breakaway gaps and you have just regular gaps that occur because of weekends, when it's closed and everything, stuff like that. But your breakaway gap is usually it's a reversal change. It's going through resistance, and often it's not actually filled in. Now, whether it does or not, we'll see what happens. But I don't see, what happened in 2020 there. It had the whole BitMEX. I think it was driven by that BitMEX liquidation engine kept going. They had to finally turn it off there. Yeah. And that's one of those things that's more that's not what we usually get. That's the thing that kind of happens, every once in a while, like you said, kind of like a black swan kind of thing. Yeah. And so I wouldn't expect that we would have that same kind of movement coming up again. I would expect it to be more like it normally is. My big thing is that on Bitcoin, for instance, we are above that weekly pivot now, and we've pulled back and tested as support. And so another big thing of what I do is pivots. And usually what happens is if you get that strong push, impulsive breakout above the pivot itself, and you pull back and you retest it as support successfully, then usually that's it. It just continues going up. It runs through the pivots all the way up through the R4, R5 pivot. And so that's what I'm looking at on the weekly. Yeah. And so if that's the case, then the idea that it hits the 21,000, you can't guarantee that anything's going to happen. It's trading. There are no guarantees in trading other than you're going to lose money at some point, right?
Yeah.
But the odds are likely that now that we've kind of done this with the pivot here, that we kind of stay above it. And as long as that happens, as long as that pivot's there, I don't see a reason why we pop down to 21, really.
I tend to agree with you. I think the longer we sit away from that, when we went down into, I can't remember if we went slightly into the 23s or right about to 24, wherever it was, we bottomed recently. To me, that was the last hurrah. Like if we weren't able to plunge through and get down and lick that, lick that $20,300 level, we probably weren't going to be able to. So I tend to agree with you. This is going to be another one. Like I think there's still one at $9,000. I think somewhere around that, and that's a similar one. It got, it came up and then it came pretty close to filling that thing and then it broke away back in 2020. So could be something similar that we're looking at. So, well, Texas West Capital. Chris, thank you so much for joining us today. Been really phenomenal. Definitely want to get you back on the show. That was good stuff.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. We guys link in the live chat and in the description. See you, Chris. Bye.
Take care.
Okay. Wow. Well, you guys did a good job picking a guest. Great job. I was nervous.
A little more background on him because he didn't say he's very modest. He's brilliant, first of all. He trades very well. He's good friends with Scott Melker. Him and Scott Melker came up together trading, and he just traded privately, making so much money. And finally, he's like, you know what? I'll create a channel, and help teach people. But yeah, Chris, I found him a couple of months ago, and have loved getting to follow his stuff and listen to him. And again, 30+ years of trading and just studying charts and making a lot of money doing so.
Wow, that's good. A lot of these guys, they like to stay behind the curtain. That's how you stay safe. You don't have to worry about moving to Dubai.
Yep. True.
Should I move to Dubai? Put a poll up.
There we go. All right.
I think I'm moving to Dubai. I think I am.
I think I am. I cleared it with the wife. If you go, I'll come with you.
I mean, I just don't really see a way around. It's so good over there. It's like, I don't know. Should I move to Dubai? Check it out. Dubai. Should I move to Dubai? Dubai. That's what they call it. Dubai.
No, I mean, speaking of Dubai, I had another friend I was talking to who lives in Dubai. Group of young guys known as Gem Hunters. Shout out to the Gem Hunters.
Gem Hunters.
A lot of young guys. But they just call these secret gems that are gonna probably 10,000x or whatever. And they all moved to Dubai, and they were backing up what you were saying. They said the amount of misinformation about what happens in Dubai is ridiculous. It is the greatest place, the most family friendly,
it's amazing,
business friendly. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's true. Georgia will go 11-1 regular season with a loss to Tennessee on the road this year. True or false? That's false. We're not losing a game this year. Sorry, Tennessee. We're my Tennessee escape room guys. Love those guys. Those guys were really cool. I was going to look. I noticed, guys. Look, if you're a fan of Florida, or you're a fan of Tennessee, or you're a fan of Alabama, or you're a fan of Auburn, or you're a fan of another SEC team, like to start off by saying sorry to you, guys. Georgia has been kicked my entire life. We had not won a single championship my entire life. We got kicked and kicked and kicked and kicked. And you know what? I've got so much PTSD from being made fun of as a Georgia fan that now all we do is win. That's all I do is bully all the other teams. So I'm sorry, fans of Florida. I'm sorry, fans of Tennessee. Sorry, fans of Alabama.
I think
sorry, I bully you too much. And just know it's from all the years of y'all bullying me.
Yeah.
Good.
The biggest slap in the face is that you took Bama's defensive coordinator to do it.
I know.
He
went to Georgia, to be fair.
It's true.
He played at Georgia.
Yeah, but he got his
Coach Kirby.
Got to come up at Bama.
Guys, when we get that back to back to back, it's gonna be the sweetest moment ever.
Who are you? Last thing, and then we'll move on. Who are you most threatened by? I know you're going to say it's Georgia, so they're just going to dominate. But in all reality,
I know.
Who's the most threatening team? Not just SEC. Could be Bama. Could be somebody else. Is it Ohio State? Is it Michigan?
No.
I was going to laugh as I said it, but are you threatened by anybody?
We played the worst game of the year and still came back and won our Big Ten game. Look, here's what I would say. I would say that I think probably Tennessee. I do think Tennessee is the biggest threat because we do play them on the road. They got a really good home stadium, and Tennessee's a better team. Now, I don't know who their quarterback is this year.
He's a good one. Milton's solid.
But I think us not having Stetson Bennett is going to be interesting because he was a winner, but he wasn't that skilled of a quarterback compared to a lot of the other top quarterbacks in the NCAA. Yeah, I'm sure whoever's going to take over for us this year is going to be very, very, very good. We've got some options, so we'll see. Guys, I don't really get into football that much until the fall, so I don't even know who our quarterback is. I don't care. All I'm doing is
it's some 5-star.
It's some 5-star fast guy. I know that. I know that. It's a 5-star fast guy. I like Stetson Bennett was like a 2-star slow guy, but he was good and he won, and we love Stetson. Hats off to
He
Stafford.
was pretty fast. He actually had some.
No, he's
wheels.
pretty fast. He's got some wheels. I couldn't believe the Rams took him in like the 4th round or something. So
I mean,
good for him.
he
He's
had-
under Matt Stafford now.
He had his like I don't think he's the most talented quarterback, but he has a decent arm in terms of power, and then he could run.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, he's kind of like Tim Tebow. You know, like the guy just wins. He's not the most. No, he's better skill wise than Tim Tebow for the NFL, anyways. But yeah, you just can't do it. So cool. All right, well, look, let's continue on here. SEC says spot Bitcoin filing ETFs or ETF, excuse me, Bitcoin ETF filings are inadequate. Regulators told NASDAQ, CBOE that recent filings from BlackRock, Fidelity, and others aren't clear and comprehensive. The SEC said in a recent wave of applications filed by asset managers to launch spot Bitcoin exchange trade funds are inadequate. Let's see. NASDAQ, CBOE, they filed applications. Filings aren't sufficiently clear and comprehensive, people said. The SEC has repeatedly rejected such funds going back to 2017 on the grounds that they are vulnerable to fraud and market manipulation. At least half a dozen ETFs that own Bitcoin futures are already on the market. Let's see. SEC told Exchange returned the findings because they didn't name the spot Bitcoin exchange, in which they're expected to have a surveillance sharing agreement with. Oh, it's got to be Prometheum, right? That Prometheum guy's an idiot. He's been getting destroyed.
Yeah.
All around. Asset managers can update language. CBOE spokeswoman says it plans to update and refile. NASDAQ and SEC declined to comment. So there we go. All right. So there we go, guys. I mean, this is not a big deal, guys. What they're doing here is they're saying, in my opinion, they're saying, hey, something you need to change before we can approve this. Change this. Now we're going to approve you. Like, that's kind of what it sounds like to me.
I think that concept of how do we get BlackRock in there first and not, I mean, they don't really care about looking ridiculous, but that would have been absolutely ridiculous if for no reason they should approve BlackRock before ARK. They had to come up with some story to tell ARK no and go back to the drawing board. And now it's an even playing field. And that's their excuse to say, all right, BlackRock, you're first.
We'll see. I mean, people in here say, some people were saying like, well, if the BlackRock ETF doesn't get approved, then, Ripple's definitely going to lose a case and blah, 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 blah. Now, I mean, guys, there is a hierarchy that exists in the world. Top of that hierarchy, you have some very evil families. People know who they are. I'm not going to say them out loud. I want to keep my channel up to date here. But there's very evil families that created the bond markets, that did some really insane stuff in the world of banking in the 1800s. That's the top of the food chain, guys. That's the top of the food chain, not conspiracy. You move down under that, and then you've got a lot of these very powerful corporations coming in next. Your 11 corporations that run the entire world. The banking industry is involved in that as well. Obviously, you got Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, they're right at the top of the list. You got BlackRock and Vanguard also at the top of the list. These VC funds, these hedge funds, some of the most powerful money in the world. They buy board seats all over a lot of these corporations. So, in fact, BlackRock and Vanguard are really above the rest. Citadel definitely kind of up there as well. And then from there, then you have everybody else that's a peon. And so even people that you think are powerful, like Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg, like these guys are nothing compared to these families and these corporations and these funds. So my point in saying all that is this, okay, is that BlackRock is not necessarily the top dog out there. I know everybody thinks they are, and they can get anything done they want to get done. They do it in manipulative ways, but they're very high up the list. But they're not the list. They're not the tops of the list. So therefore, something could certainly occur that goes against BlackRock. And everybody's shocked, right? Like, BlackRock is not the most powerful entity in the world. People need to understand that. So Druth has got to Ben. No. Ben has known this stuff for a long, long, long time. Cassandra Regalado says, Ben, how is the laser hair removal going for you? It's going pretty good. I found out I have a disease. I have a new disease.
A new one.
Yeah. What is it called? So obviously I have ARFID, which is very serious. Everybody knows ARFID, avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. Okay. I also have a disease called like Capillus. I can't remember exactly what it is. Most of my hair follicles have two hairs coming out of one follicle. I discovered this. This is an actual thing.
Is there a cure?
They say, no, there's no cure.
Ugh.
Laser hair removal is the best you can get.
Yeah.
So, so I have this thing where I've got at least 2, sometimes up to 4 hairs coming out of one follicle.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just normal. It's
Wow.
every day for me. And so I think that's why the laser hair removal is taking a little bit longer. So we'll see. Ben, what are your thoughts on this random coin next bull run? Don't have any. Thank you. I have no idea. No clue. Never heard of it. Okay. All right. So there we go. SEC wealth process, blah, 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 blah. U.S. investors take the lead. A new era of Bitcoin trading and institutional interest. Guys, you're hearing about this stuff years after it's already happened, pretty much. It's kind of like a star, the starlight fading out from a star, right? Guys, we are seeing, remember this, right now we're seeing countries get involved in crypto. That's what we're seeing behind the scenes that people aren't talking about enough. The institutions in crypto is 2019. 2023 is the year of the countries getting in. But the data from K33 research reveals that the U.S. market hours have become a hotbed for Bitcoin trading, contributed 50% total trading volume. Interestingly, Bitcoin is carving its own path, moving away from traditional U.S. equities like the S&P 500 and NASDAQ indices. This divergence, as noted by K33, is a clear sign of U.S. traders turning to Bitcoin as a unique asset class for diversifying their portfolios. Samir Karbej, the CIO at Hashtag, a crypto asset management firm, views this shift in institutional interest as a pivot moment for individual crypto investors. Blah, 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 blah. Not a shocker here. They're trying to make it easier for them, harder for you. Federal Reserve's banking bailouts reach a new weekly high of $103 billion. How about that? I'm sorry, Ron. I'm sorry. The reason why I didn't punish you for shilling is because I see you in the chat. You got to pass, but I know nothing about it. All right. I have to sneeze in a moment, I think.
that's a good one.
Yeah, good sneeze. I like sneezing.
Yeah.
Do you hold your sneezes in ever?
I don't.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
do. If I'm
actually.
in public, I do.
Every now and then I'll have oh yeah, if you're in public, I guess, yeah, I don't want to do it in the middle of like a prayer at church or anything.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no, I let it go. I let it fly.
Lord, bless this man who sneezed.
Yes.
Lord knows he wasn't trying to distract or take away from you, Lord. Amen. Sorry, you guys know the spiteful prayers, you know. Dear Lord, we just want to pray for Gertrude. Everybody knows Gertrude's husband's out running around on her.
The very truthful.
Everybody
very
knows
truthful
that.
prayers.
And
yeah.
she's so mean to her children, oh Lord. You stand in front of her. That's the joke, guys. That's how we do it in the South. Okay. All right. Emergency lending program known as Bank Term Funding Program was introduced in March amid the U.S. banking crisis, which saw collapse. Market analyst Joe Consorti also opined. You take your espresso shot. On the latest figures claiming that the Fed's shadow liquidity is propping up risk-taking behavior across markets. Big shocker. Big shocker here. Man, we can see this entire market collapse in front of us the next 2 or 3 years. You know that? We could see the entire rug pull of the United States economy.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah.
What are our on the vote? 57% of people say that, yes, I should move to Dubai. 57%. That surprises me a lot.
Yeah.
I thought my audience, a pro-America audience, I thought you'd want me to stay, but they want to protect me. I appreciate
Well,
you.
and like you said, if you do go to Dubai, kind of in a way forced out, you're still fighting for the United States. You're not giving up.
It's about, because I got this comment here from Charles. He says Elon isn't leaving America. He's also a billionaire. Makes it easier to fight. He's growing more and more conservative and fighting for our First Amendment freedom. BitBoy can't leave the front line. Hold the line, my friend. Guys, if I leave, remember this, it is to get higher ground, as Anakin had in Star Wars.
Well,
or was it the other way?
If the government had a full-out attack on electric vehicles and on space missions, Elon would leave the country.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that's the thought here, is that if there's an all-out attack on crypto and we're a crypto news company, that it's kind of a different, that's kind of apples and oranges to compare Elon staying and a crypto company staying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's got 10 kids.
Yeah, true.
11 different ladies, I think.
Oof. The math doesn't add up, but that's Elon.
That's Elon. Look, Elon's really kind of won me over with Twitter, so I'm trying to make sure that he I don't go after him too hard anymore. But there we go. What about Elon pumping Mario? And then Mario's got a lot of stuff going on.
I did see that. He did.
Look, I don't know Mario at all. I don't know him from nobody. I just know he popped up during Twitter Spaces, got real popular.
Mhm.
I do know for sure he uses a ton of bots for his audience. Those numbers are not real that you see from him. Does he still do a good job at the Spaces? Yeah, he does a great job. I mean, manages them. Sometimes he does stuff for clicks, but I mean, we're all guilty of that from time to time, right? But everybody's saying he's a scammer. Everybody's saying he's a scammer. He did this, he did that, blah, 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 blah. Look, I'm not going to defend him one way or the other, but what I will say is somebody making a video calling you a scammer is not evidence of you being a scammer. I know that better than anybody. So I would certainly give Mario some room to defend himself here on all this stuff, and wait and see what he says. He did have some former employees turning on him and saying some stuff, which, you know, is what it is. And guys, I think that, you know, you have to look at the term grifter. What does the term grifter mean, right? To me, it means kind of fly by night, right? Anything that's popular, you jump in it. What's funny is, you know, people call us grifters here. We've been making multiple crypto videos every single day for like 5.5 years. Like, I don't think that fits the definition. If so, I'm really bad at grifting because I haven't moved on to the next thing yet. Mario does certainly have, does tend, let's see, a grifter, a person who engages in petty or small scale swindling. If y'all feel like y'all got swindled by me, like, guys, this ain't no small scale. Look, here's the thing. I like I said, I would give Mario room to defend himself. I think Mario does have a tendency to fall in this category of people that jump from what's popular to what's popular to stay relevant. That's why he goes from talking FTX to all of a sudden talking submarines to all of a sudden talking Russia and World War III and all this stuff. Elon gives him a vote of approval, a vote of confidence.
Yeah.
You had a lot of people. You know what's interesting is Rand was doing it. You had a lot of people on the same day giving him that vote of confidence. Seemed a little strange to me.
Well, and the other thing is Elon might not fully know every detail like what you kind of laid out about him. And here's the other thing. This is an expression that Ben Shapiro uses all the time. Truth doesn't care about your feelings. Well, guess what else truth doesn't care about? Truth doesn't care about who says the truth. You could be a person who's constantly wrong, but then say truth and it's truth. And what I interpreted was Elon just saw the specific story, the way Mario broke it down, and said that was a good breakdown of that story.
Nah, Elon's got to know Mario.
You think he knows every detail in depth and he studies?
Well, I would say this is that he was one of the first people that went on one of Mario's live streams very early on. He was on a live stream with Mario talking about FTX. This would have been like the first big week that Mario was doing Spaces. Now, he had done Clubhouse before, you know, but what are the chances that Elon jumps on unless there's some kind of relationship there?
Fair.
There has to be a relationship. CZ jumped on very early on. Mario has very powerful PR people that they're able to get access to people that most people aren't. So that leans me to believe there's a little more to it. Maybe there was a conversation, something like that. I think they know each other to some extent. I don't know how much they know each other. I don't know anything like that, but I do know that there's some connection between Mario and a lot of these powerful people. So, yeah. So I guess Elon, you know, I hear he took away that orange square, or the orange square is gone.
For everybody?
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
Everybody's orange square is gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Elon Musk said 2 weeks ago, you can't game the system with these organizations. I told everybody that was coming, and all these people, no, it's
well,
because bitch racist.
Now we just need Elon to get ATB's Twitter back up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing that sucks. Can't get our own Twitter. Okay, Ethereum is gaining investors' confidence as a go-to asset for passive income. Nobody saw this coming. We've been telling you this for years. Ethereum Vitality Buterin feels bad for Solana. Can we just take a pause for Solana?
Achoo.
Okay, we're back. Tim, that was rude.
I tried, but
Lord,
I shouldn't.
please
not
pray
to
for this blockchain. It's just having so many problems with its pausing. Please just bring it back, Lord. Sorry, Tim distracted us with a sneeze. Ethereum co-founder Vitaly Buterin recently made Ben and Tim, a crypto YouTube duo, or a youth pastor and his assistant. We don't know the difference. No one knows the difference. Ethereum co-founder Vitaly Buterin recently made a compassionate remark about Solana. In a recent social media post, Buterin said, "The one comment I'll make is that I feel bad that Solana and other projects are getting hit in this way. They don't deserve it. Timeout. And if Ethereum ends up winning through all other blockchains getting kicked off exchanges, that's not an honorable way to win. And in the long term, probably isn't even a victory. But that's weird. You didn't have a problem paying William Hemmen.
I was going to say,
Am I right?
He's gonna,
Hey, just saying, what's fair is fair.
he has a buddy he can call up at the SEC and help out.
Yeah, he's got a buddy. Yeah. He's got a buddy. So there you go. Buterins empathetic sentiment sheds light on the challenges faced by the whole blockchain ecosystem. So there we go. MasterCard goes all in on crypto, imminent launch of multi-token network product. Per the announcement, the MTN aims to make transactions within the digital asset and blockchain ecosystem secure, scalable. MasterCard takes a big step. I hate covering these stories. So there we go. MasterCard into crypto. 4,747,323rd time. Institutional trade volume exceeds $3 billion on OKX's liquid marketplace. Well, this is interesting. Second largest crypto exchange by volume announced this milestone Friday. Liquid marketplace, an on-demand liquidity network for institutional traders, exceeded $3 billion in trading volume. Exchange is expanding its offering for institutional customers. It recently struck a partnership with Comenu. So there we go. All right. And last, we have this. FBI and SEC, here we go, talking about Mario, likely investigating Mario Nawfal after a wave of complaints. This is weird. How do we know that this is happening? The Federal Bureau of Investigation and SEC appear to be investigating popular Twitter Spaces host and entrepreneur Mario Nawfal, following complaints of embezzlement and other wrongdoings filed by those who worked for him. Former U.S. Air Force analyst and also known as the most boring man on crypto Twitter, Chet Long acted as an advisor for Nawfal. He alleges Nawfal embezzled funds from the company he once led as CEO. In a complaint filed with the U.S. Consulate in Calgary, the FBI and the SEC back in December, he also alleges the 29-year-old entrepreneur openly discussed tax evasion with him. Wow. Long says, and this is all over $27,000. Nawfal owes him $27K. It's officially under the FBI's radar. Agents called Long and told him to keep a cell phone as evidence. Now, do we know this is true or not? Nawfal says he doesn't owe Long anything. He claimed he maintained an amicable relationship with Long, despite the analyst's claims that Nawfal caused his family emotional distress. Nawfal gained online attention as a prominent user of BitClout, a failed cryptocurrency trading site. Know about that. Covered it back in the day. First himself as a serial entrepreneur, has launched several companies. This is what I'm talking about. Like, look, it's okay to be a serial entrepreneur for sure. I don't have any problem with that. I was a serial entrepreneur for a long time. My first business I ever created, crushed it. 6 figures in the first year, got making, not mid 6 figures, but relatively close to that in a short period of time. And then you know what? The business tanked. That's how I got into crypto, long story short. But the business tanked, and I tried probably like 30 other businesses in between that and finally getting going with YouTube and making this successful over the long term. So I don't think serial entrepreneur is a bad thing. It's a bad thing when you leave things at their peak, right? When you create something like Dan, what's his name? Dan Larimer, who created EOS. He created BitShares. He created all kinds of other, Steemit. He created all these projects, and at the very, very top, he disappears of everyone, and then they all go to zero after that. So that's not a good way to do it, in my opinion. So I think that definitely a better way to do it is to build something long-term. And, these serial entrepreneurs, they don't always do that. Many of the ventures failed. I have no problems with his ventures failing. That's how you get to successful businesses. Find me someone that has multiple successful businesses and show me someone who does not have one business failure. I would love to see it.
It's true.
I'd love to see it because I don't think it exists.
Yeah.
Reporting by Protos exposed Nawfal's shady crypto practices earlier this month, including a dodgy initial DEX offering that appears to have scammed family and friends. I mean, he promoted something that didn't do well, whatever. He supposedly owes $60,000 to Blockchain Consulting Group. Look, what I would say here is the thing that gives this a little more credibility to me than I would say random attacks we see on people in crypto like myself or other large prominent people. We all get attacked nonstop. Charles Hoskins gets attacked nonstop. Like it's something that comes with being in the space, especially if you're a voice and a face in the space, if you will. And what I would say is that when it comes to this situation, The fact is, so many people that were very close to him that are turning on him saying this stuff. These are people that worked for him. This is not random people on Twitter or random YouTubers like making accusations. Like, these are people very close to him saying that he owed them a lot of money. Well, it depends on how you ask or what it is. $27,000, certainly a lot of money to be owed for most people. So we'll see what happens. The thing to me is, I know that he uses bots. Those numbers are not real, guys. Go look at his numbers compared to everybody else's. The only person that pulls those kinds of numbers are Elon himself. Like, that's it. So we'll see what happens. So he uses social engineering, uses some other stuff, none of which is a crime, by the way. I mean, I would kind of like to see using fake engagement become a crime. I think that would actually be good for the
or at least
space.
like if you put something up, someone could put a fact checking thing below it. That doesn't mean you're wrong, but it's like something that says like, hey, there are bots here.
Yeah. Something. Well, we have everybody has bots that attack them.
Well, yeah.
But or impersonators and all that stuff. But let's see. Joey Murdo, a lot of people use Uphold to buy their XRP. I buy it, transfer to wallet to keep. Was wondering why doesn't it show up under exchanges on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap? I'm not sure. Maybe it doesn't have enough volume. I'm not sure. So there we go. Bearish on Ben because he doesn't like onions. Get out of my chat. Get out. We don't talk about that here. All right, moving on. CT Minute. Here we go. We got the CT Minute here. Let's go ahead and roll the mid-roll. As always, thank you to our wonderful, magnificent, beautiful sponsor, Stake. Appreciate you very much. You guys want to play games? You guys can head on over to bitboycrypto.com. We'll type it in here for you, nice and friendly, /stake. And then you can go to this beautiful page right here. If you live in the United States, you like playing games, you can go ahead and sign up here. If you are international and you want the full experience, the head-to-toe crypto gaming massage, go ahead and start with Stake, our favorite sponsor. So there we go. Thank you. Okay, moving on here. Checking out what's going on here is Charles Hoskinson hanging out with his grandpa. Oh, his grandpa died. Very sad. Rip. Charles Hoskinson's grandpa. Wonder what his name. Charles Sr., maybe? Always reminds me of the time that the girl thought I was Charles Hoskinson in the airport.
Really?
You heard that story?
No, I have not.
I found out there are people that did not know this story. This is a true story. Bitcoin Miami 2021. I walk into the studio and, excuse me, not studio. I'm going to the Bitcoin conference. I'm at the airport. We got like everybody with us. We got a ton of people with us. And we're at the baggage claim. We're waiting on a piece of luggage. And girl walks up to me and says, "Oh my gosh, hello." And I thought to myself, okay, I'm BitBoy Crypto 2021. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know who I is. Well, hello there, young lady. And she goes, "I just want you to know. Well, first of all, it's so nice to meet you, Charles. So nice to meet you." I said, and, Charles. She said, "You are Charles Hoskinson, correct?" Then she cuts in and she goes, "Don't play. I know you're Charles. I just want to tell you that me and my father have made so much money with Cardano. We run our own node. We're so dedicated to Cardano. It's changed our lives. Like, we live on a farm in Colombia or something like that." It goes this whole long thing. And then she looks up at me and she says, "I just want you to know, like, thank you so much." And so how do you think I responded?
I mean, at this point, if I was in your shoes, would be very tempted to just own it.
Yeah. I looked her right in the eyes and I said, "I would just like to say thank you for supporting my project."
Yeah.
I literally said, that's a true story. True story, 100%.
Yeah.
And she walked away thinking I was Charles Hoskinson.
I feel like,
so
Ben,
funny.
you're definitely the type of guy who, when you get a wrong phone number,
Yeah.
you just lean into it, and if they say, "Hey, I'm looking for Jose," you become Jose, and you just ruin that person's day.
Yeah, I do. How would you like your pizza, sir? That's what I would say. How would you like your pizza? Okay. BitBoy Grandpa, can you shave so I miss out your month? I know, guys. Where's Allison at? Allison, schedule me a haircut. I may go today, actually, even though my girl's probably not available today, but I need a haircut that bad.
I need a haircut too.
Yeah, one of the other hairstylists played a joke on my hairstylist and told her that I went to somebody else.
Oh.
She did not like that. She was not happy.
Yeah, you don't mess with barbers.
I mean, not everybody gets to cut hair for somebody that millions of people see them all the time. You know, it's a lot of pressure.
Fair.
Shout out Amanda. But Amanda, I may have to go to Great Clips today. I'm sorry. Like, it's really bad. It's really bad. Okay. There's a girl in this chat right now that just realized she met BitBoy. That's a Charles Hoskins joke. That's funny. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Name this biscuit. It's very good. Okay, so have you been to Biscuit Belly?
No, I have not.
You've not? It's right down the street.
Well, I haven't been everywhere in Georgia.
Oh, it's brand new.
Yet.
See, you don't know it's brand new.
It is brand new.
Because you just moved here, so you don't know it's brand new.
No.
That's the new place.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of these fancy biscuits.
Well, then why would I go?
Well, I mean, you might be a fan of the fancy biscuits.
Oh, true. Okay, that's right.
Like, look at this thing. Look how fancy this thing is.
It is.
It's almost too fancy for me. Like, I just need a simple biscuit with some bacon and some cheese. And by the way, there are two things that I order in my world that rock the customer service rep's brain, and they can't figure it out. And they're very simple. But every single time they go, "Are you sure? What about this? Do you want it like that? Are you sure?" Okay. Check this out. It's a bacon and cheese biscuit with extra bacon.
What's weird about that? That's
Where's the egg? There's no egg. They act like you're insane. About 50% of the time, it comes with the egg still. They can't comprehend that I want bacon and cheese with no egg. They can't comprehend it.
Listen, I'm going to put the egg on it, but I would not look at you weirdly
I
like
will
that.
take the egg off, eat it separate. I like egg. I just don't want it on the biscuit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think that's weird, but sometimes people are.
See, you wouldn't think so, but they act like it's so strange. Now, here's one never fails. This is insane. I don't think it's that crazy, but people act like it's insane when I order it.
Okay.
And once again, they will try to put the egg on it. They'll try to take one thing off it. It is a bagel. Not gonna do any bagel, except for I don't do everything because it has onions on it.
Yep.
But I like a good sesame seed bagel or an Asiago cheese bagel. Right.
Ooh.
Here's what I get on it: cheese, cream cheese, and bacon.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever ordered that, but you just said it, and I'm like, I'll take a bite.
I'm not kidding you. 90% of the time, they either get it wrong or they have to come ask me questions about it. 90%. 90%. It's almost never without incident. Isn't that insane?
Have you? No, you're speaking of places close here. Have you? I'm assuming you have because you live here. Arts Bagels. My wife and I did try Arts Bagels. We love Arts Bagels.
Not open on Mondays.
Never tried on Mondays.
Someone almost always recognizes me at Art Bagels.
Really?
The highest percentage of people that recognize me, they go eat at Arts Bagels here in Ackworth.
Sounds like a good place.
I mean, it's a good people.
And the bagels are good. Have you had a cinnamon roll? The cinnamon rolls were.
I have not had the cinnamon.
Fire.
You know, the McDonald's has a great cinnamon roll. That McDonald's cinnamon roll is fire.
This specific McDonald's?
Any McDonald's. The cinnamon roll at McDonald's is fire. Well, they started making them new.
I hear it doesn't taste bad.
When's the last time you had one?
At McDonald's? You know what?
They're only about a year old.
I don't know if I've actually had one. I think I'm spreading
good.
FUD here a little bit and just assuming it's McDonald's cinnamon rolls and thinking it's not good. Maybe I need to try one. Maybe I'll.
The best caramel sundae in America is right there, McDonald's. Love the hot caramel sundae.
Interesting.
So good. I have low expectation, guys. Okay. Yeah, cream cheese and bacon bagels are the best. Yeah, throw regular cheese. It's the cheese and the cream cheese that people can't. Do you think cream cheese is cheese when you look at it? I put it more in almost a sour cream category.
I don't know.
It's a great conversation.
I don't think I treat it as a cheese, but I would have no problem with cream cheese and cheese going together.
It's very strange.
I don't know if I'm just going to I don't think I'm going to scoop some cream cheese and put it on a piece of cheese and eat that. But with a bagel or with bacon or something, that doesn't sound bad to me.
What happened to working out? Why do you think I work out?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
I can freaking eat that cinnamon roll. Guys, I'm hungry now. So there we go. Great. There's my Bored Ape. There it is. I'm thinking about getting rid of my Mutant Ape.
Okay.
Well, I collateralized it, and I can get it back. But the floor price of Mutant Apes has fallen under the collateralized loan price. Does that make sense?
I'm not an NFT guy, so...
Yeah, well, you take your NFT, you collateralize it, so you can borrow funds against it.
Okay.
There's a great one called Hyperbolic Protocol, which you can actually you can get loans for your Bitcoin there on Hyperbolic Protocol. So I like playing around with these platforms. So there's one NFTFi that I like a lot that I've used, and I collateralize it, and like the floor price, I could basically let that one go buy another one that's even better, and it's cheaper than getting that one back right now. So very interesting stuff there, but there we go. Okay. All right. Let's move on here. Guess the chart. Let's do it. Let's guess the chart. I'm 2 for my last 2.
Yeah, you are. And I okay, before we pull this up, I'm not gonna allow you to see. Is there chat up in the right, or did I take that down?
No, it's still up there, but there's a delay. It's like a minute delay. It's fine.
Okay. Well, my goal is for
Guys,
you to
I'm
be
not
able to guess
cheating.
this without
I'm not cheating.
seeing people's comments.
Yeah, I'm not cheating. I won't see it.
All right.
I won't look up.
All right. So you have it up on
Sorry.
your screen, right?
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Oh, yeah, pull it up
You
on
have
my
to pull
screen.
up the chart.
Sorry. Okay, here it is. Okay. Start out 95 cents. Coming in at $18. Is that correct? Oh, come on now. This is an easy one. This is easy. I think it's easy. There's got to be Solana, correct?
It is Solana.
Ah,
You
guys,
win.
come on. 3 for 3, baby. 3 for 3. 3 for 3. I didn't know it's back down to under $20. That's good. I love it. Under $20. That's really fantastic.
Yeah, no, actually, I mean, again, Solana. Well,
let's
we don't like the fundamentals.
I know my crypto, guys. I know my crypto.
I was on Paul Barron's show the other day talking about Solana, and I kind of said, like, hey, I'm taking emotions out of this. I'm just looking at the charts. The Solana chart looked good when I was looking at it. I said, guys, I like this Solana chart better right now than other charts. And sure enough, it had itself a nice 24 hours after that.
Wow, how about that?
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't mess around. I don't mess around with Solana these days.
Nope.
I'm trying to keep it down.
Well, I mean, we asked in
guys,
chat.
we're going to short Solana at the top of the market to make sure it doesn't hit a new all-time high, so I don't have to get a tattoo. Guys, if I have to get a Solana tattoo, we're going to be in big trouble for sure. Where should I get it at?
Again, I'm new here. Is there a good tattooist in town?
Oh yeah, we got great tattooists, but where should I put it?
Oh, you're telling where that? Okay.
Where should I put it, Tim?
Where the sun don't shine. I would
Whoa,
imagine.
okay. I guess so. I guess we got to do it. Yeah. Well, be careful. Wherever I put it, it's going to have to go in timeout. So I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. Just saying, guys. I mean, I don't know if I want to do that. Okay. Yeah. You guys know I have 3 children. It's POS. My little, yeah. I call my kids POS. That's probably not good. I probably shouldn't call them that. Just didn't know that's proof of.
Well, according to Kevin Hart, if you bully your kids at home, that way they don't hear anything new when they go to school. they're gonna be the toughest kids.
That's good
so,
stuff. I'm U.S. citizen, also have Mexican residency and driver's license. Should I KYC with that or VPN? I mean, yeah, I would VPN with Mexico over America for sure.
Yeah.
Or I would KYC with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got, KuCoin now requiring KYC. Interesting times. All right, moving on here. XRP Spree. And the XRP segment is brought to you by our friends over at Stake, our favorite #1 people. Going to be hanging out with, some of their people, hopefully in Singapore in September. The only question is, where will I be going home to after Singapore? Nobody knows. We do have our book tour, our European book tour coming in October.
Okay.
Gonna
be good.
Yeah. Well, the Falcons are playing in England on October 1st. So we're starting it the day before, I think.
There we go.
So going to go see the Falcons in London. It'll be really cool.
I mean, that's another one we talked about earlier. It's nice to be a Georgia Bulldog fan right now in a season of being an Atlanta Falcons fan.
Okay, but also, so this is where it doesn't hurt. This is why it doesn't hurt. Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, you got the Braves, you got the Bulldogs.
Hawks
and then you have the Hawks that make playoffs.
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna win a championship with their current roster, but
did we trade John Collins?
Ooh, I don't know.
I think we did. I think we traded him. Where did he go? Or did we trade him? Or did we not?
I thought I heard at least rumors.
Oh yeah. We traded him to the Jazz.
Aha. What'd you get?
He's a perfect Jazz player, actually. Now, what did we get back? They say John Collins is a nice guy on the team. Let's see. Meanwhile, entry transform. Unloading his 3-year, $78 million. So it was really just a move for us. And with Atlanta, with the Hawks, it's been hard to figure out what we need to do different. I'm not sure. But anyways, back to our XRP story.
Yeah.
XRP whales seize opportunity. $170 million acquired amid market dip. Renowned analyst Ali Martinez recently shed light on the intriguing behavior of XRP whales during a market dip. Despite XRP's price dropping by 12% between June 22nd and June 28th, these influential players took advantage of the situation, purchasing a staggering 360 million XRP tokens, equivalent to an impressive $170 million. These notable developments follow Martinez's observations on the correlation between previous price surges in XRP and a corresponding spike in active XRP addresses. The optimism surrounding Ripple's ongoing legal battles with the SEC, growing classification of XRP as a security, has contributed to a large surge of interest. So, guys, remember this. The large surge of interest, it comes later. This will not be coming immediately. Like, there will be a surge, but guys, I just want everybody to be really careful thinking that this case is going to end and you're getting rich the next day. That's not how this is going to be happening. Most likely, the power comes a little bit down the road when it's relisted on all these exchanges. So, we had some Q&A.
Yeah, I don't know if we had any.
We had a question. Grant Gustafson kept saying, are we going to answer his question?
Who?
What question was that, Grant?
Grant, you got to tag me in it again. I didn't see it. Here's one from Crypto Stevo.
Are we still cool? I sense bad vibes. And why does Tim ignore me? Tim, you were not supposed to say anything about us ignoring him.
I don't have any problem with you, Crypto Stevo. When did I ignore you? You know, we discussed this the other day, Ben. This is a complicated job over here, professional button pushing. But
yeah.
What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to pay attention to you, and I'm trying to pay attention to chat, and I got the buttons to push.
Yeah.
And I got notes I have to take for, content things or making
100%.
sure we're getting our sponsors stuff done. It's a fun job over here. So, Steve-O, no offense, but sometimes I don't see everything.
You are a fun guy.
I am a fun guy.
You're a fun guy. What kind?
Portobello?
You like a toadstool?
Portobello, I would say.
Portobello.
Yeah.
Oh, that means you're yummy.
Yeah.
We should have brought Gary on the show today. Gary's gotten fat.
He is.
Gary's getting big. Gary's getting big.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it for the show today. Thank you for coming on the show. I was very tired yesterday. Glad to be back. I slept yesterday, so I went home. I got in my recliner about 4. I was asleep at 4:30. I woke up at 12:30, got up out of the recliner, went and got into bed, and I slept until my alarm went off at 10.
Oof.
Yeah, that's that jet lag. But I feel good today. I feel great.
do
I'm
it.
going to probably go to the gym today. Definitely getting the haircut today for sure. And the haircut comes with the beard trim, guys. So obviously I need that beard trimmed. It looks awful. I will look 20 years younger next time you guys see me. We will be doing live stream next. What day is 4th of July next week?
It is on a Tuesday. And I
Is
was
it you
going
and
to
me?
talk with you later if we want to do a live stream, if we want to do a pre-record.
Oh,
I have
no,
an
we
idea.
do live stream. We
Okay,
do
we'll
live stream on holidays, so we can. Like, do you have big 4th of July plans?
To hang out with you, I think.
Yeah. I mean, unless you got big 4th of July plans.
I think there is a. So I see this. We might as well address this because people say I pushed TJ out. Is TJ even here? I'm actually hanging out with TJ. TJ's having a party or something.
On the 4th of July?
Yeah, on the 4th of July. So I'm gonna go.
Oh,
hang out
you
with
didn't
TJ.
tell me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, because you fired him, I don't think that he wanted you to know.
Cool.
So maybe I just doxed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, TJ, for the invite. Really happy. We have a big party change, by the way. Instead of a party at TJ's house, there's now a party at my house, which, by the way, has a super nice pool. If everybody wants to be, and an outdoor TV. If everybody wants to come check it out. Just saying.
Here we go.
There we go.
I would love it.
All right, guys. That's all we got for today. But I do have some special Bitcoin shirts, Bitcoin, patriotic shirts. You guys make sure to head on over to hitmerch.com and get yours. And that's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.